Gary forgot about his test tomorrow and freaked out, leading to the activation of the fight-or-flight system, which is a part of the sympathetic nervous system. This caused his adrenal glands to release hormones like epinephrine and ultimately caused an increase in his heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing. Gary's prefrontal cortex was then notified by his emotions from his amygdala to permit conscious control.
Gary decided to reappraise his unfortunate situation as a challenge or something that he can overcome. Reappraisal is a way of reevaluating the situation. Through the biopsychosocial model, Gary used his prefrontal cortex to take conscious control of his stress. He reappraised his symptoms of increased heart rate and blood pressure as the body's means of pumping blood faster throughout the body to prepare for optimal mental stimulation. His mentality included motivation, looking at notes, and setting in increments for the best results possible on the exam. Gary's response was an adaptive response, which is an effective coping mechanism. It was adaptive because he used the resources he had to approach the situation, and he ended up doing okay on his exam and in his life.
Gary became overwhelmed by the stress and was engulfed with fear. His prefrontal cortex accepted his initial physiological arousal as a sign of threat, which Gary then consciously avoided. He started to fill his mind with negative thoughts, such as, "There's not enough time to study," and "I'm going to fail." Gary's body then began to shake and his heart began to pound due to the amount of anxiety he had built up. Gary's response was maladaptive, which ended up negatively affecting him on the test and even later on in his life.